They've seen you flame people back in 2009.
Okay, I'm giving you the opportunity to take one topic that you disagree with me on and give me your points right now.
If I have to pick,
you have one.
I think you take a. I don't know if this is the one, but
I know not the one. Just pick one.
Pick one that you can.
Sometimes, like the hate speech, I think it's sometimes like just for shock.
Yeah, you may be right.
But I don't think. But the reason I keep listening is because I don't think that.
I always imagine.
You seem like a good, reasonable fellow.
Here's how I imagine this to go. Like I always imagine Mark Maron asking me, "Why do you say words?"
Oh,
like
I
nigger?
wish that would have happened.
This is what I imagine. Mark Maron interviewing me. Go. Why do you say the word nigger? Do you think that's funny? And here's my answer. It's just silliness to me.
Yeah.
Like I don't have a stance. I'm not trying to prove a point. I'm just trying to be silly. And some things are silly, like a fart sound, like the armpit fart sound.
Yeah.
There's no reason behind it. There's no reason to you have a baby and you blow your air against his stomach. There's no reason. It's just like, it feels good to say something really stupid sometimes. Yeah. And that's where it comes from. I don't go, today I'm going to say this and really be polarizing.
Yeah.
Or today I'm really going to, shock people. It's just being goofy. And I think if you restrict yourself from being goofy, you've gone too far. You can't make real comedy or you can't do real entertainment if you restrict yourself in any way. So when I want to say something like, "Ooh, I'm Obama, I'm a true nigga," if that comes to me in the moment, I think that's silly, goofy, funny. I don't mean anything by it except for it to be outrageously silly.
Yeah.
And that's all I care to excuse myself.
You got to break a few omelets to make, comedy.
No, but I'm not
about you, and that's why I keep listening.
Sure.
But, when my buddy Sean Green, who turned me onto the show, it took me. They say 3 episodes and you're hooked, but it probably took me a good 2 months of listening to you to really know where your true intent.
Yeah, but that's you could say that with anybody. I mean, have you ever turned on a show where you're just like, I'm in?
Listen to 40 episodes. You're either going to love it or...
That's just a talk radio thing. Even people who saw episode 1 on Breaking Bad were still on the fence. I mean, it's just a show thing. You have to learn a person's thing. And especially with talk radio, these episodes, when we do a show, this isn't like going through 100 different people to make sure that this is going to test well with people. Okay. So talk radio, you could tune in for the first time and it could be me like tired and mad.
Yeah.
And if that's all you hear of the show, you're not going to know what it could be or what it was or what it could be too.
And I'm giving notes unsolicited. I know you didn't ask, but I think what you had when you had the stand-ups on all the time is you had people to challenge you a bit more. And when you're challenged, you're at your fucking best. With Fritz, like bleeding heart, liberal, wet blanket sort of thing, it really challenged you and it showed you a real person. Right now, you have a lot of yes men, and that's why
blame it on these losers.
Sometimes challenge you. Louis Ryan is actually great about challenging you, and I think you need that challenge.
Yeah, but it's not challenge or no challenge here. This is what it comes down to. It comes down to does a person on the mic have something to say? Does he have an opinion? Does he not? It has nothing to do with challenging me.
You're right.
It just has to do with is this a person with something to say? There are a lot of people who don't feel passionate about stuff that they say.
Yeah.
And we try to get people on the show, and sometimes people are in quiet mode, and I always fucking get mad about it. I was yelling at Othie the other day.
Yeah.
Well, it leaves you to do the heavy lifting of the show. But
I definitely don't as you can see with this call, I want that. I ask for that constantly. I don't book around that. I don't go, oh, he's challenging, I'm not going to book it.
Well, and sometimes the
Fritz
issue
was a pain in your ass all the time, and
Yeah, but he
having
was-
him on the show. I think almost because of that.
No. You know, Fritz was a pain in the ass. You know, and it could be like a negative thing too. You know, I want to do the show and have fun. I don't want somebody here just because it forces
Fritz
an
took
argument.
Shots, man. Fritz sniped at you. He didn't want to be called on what he said, and he'd often just snipe.
Sure.
But one of the issues with the yes men versus the challenger explosions are that sometimes I don't agree with Mike on certain issues, but I am entertained by his opining on things. So I am encouraging him, you know, blathering about stuff in a certain way. And even if I don't necessarily agree with it, I like him goofing on it.
Yeah, but we could easily solve this
definitely
with
different
that's what the
opinion,
fucking
though.
phone
Yeah,
lines
you're
are
a
for.
different
That's what the phone
chemical
lines.
makeup than
Listen,
Mike.
this is what the phone lines are for. And if anyone is listening live and they're going, "No, man, come on, like challenge him," well, then you challenge me. Like, why can't the phone lines be that? Why can't you call in when you hear me say something that you think the co-host should disagree with?
Yeah.
Why can't you call in and speak on that same behalf? Why
I
can't?
think a lot of people are afraid of you, Mike.
Well, then don't be such pussies. You know, you
Well,
can't.
I'm trying not to be, but at the same time, I want to be respectful to you too, because I
Yeah,
do
I understand that.
totally
I'm not afraid of Mike
appreciate what
anymore.
you have to say.
But I respect. Here's what I respect. I respect honesty. So if you call in and be honest like you are, you're being respectful and honest. There's a way that it works. And this is why having Fritz argue with me wasn't always fun, because he would do it in a disrespectful way.
Yeah, and he wasn't interested in what you actually had to say. More just wanted it was more like a grudge.
Yes, exactly. And I want that. I want a conversation. What I don't want is somebody arguing, you know, doing this liberal and Republican thing, where they're arguing just for the sake of it's not there.
Well, there was Hannity and Combs is out of the picture now, you know?
Sure. I don't care about that. I could fucking talk my way out of any argument.
Yeah.
And if I can't, well, I was kidding. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care about that. That doesn't hurt my feelings at all. You know, that's great. Great radio. You know, I want people that want to kill me. I don't
Can
give a
I
shit.
bring up another issue I have?
Sure.
Well, you kind of seem anti-intellectual sometimes, and which is odd because you are an intellectual who just doesn't seem to identify themselves as an intellectual.
Well, I don't like to identify myself with anything, and to
right, you'd
say
never be
what's
part of a club that would have you as a member.
there's no definition of being intellectual or being smart. There's no definition to it. You know, the smartest people in the world can't do what I do, so who's right? There is no right. It's about, I don't like this whole, I think people like to jack themselves off about being smart. And to me, it's not about being smart. It's,
Well, it's not about having book knowledge, but you've got smarts. You know you're smart.
To me, it is
You
about being
obviously
smart, by
do.
the way.
The fact that you can fill like
me.
5
What do you
days
mean?
a week just talking about whatever feelings you have going on, you know you're smart. You can't tell me you don't think you're a special fucking snowflake.
I think I'm more special than the guys that Othie went to dinner with. The people that he went to Long John Silver. Yeah, I'm smarter than those guys. But I don't know what smart is. You know,
think
I think
you're deeper
smart
than
is
people?
like, if I spent every day just practicing math, would I be awesome at math? Maybe. I don't know.
fancy myself a very smart guy, but I'm a dopey dumbass in many ways. In many, many ways. But
Yeah,
I feel like
you're like sensitive, and I think that's what you appreciate in Mike. Mike has an IQ, but he also has like an emotional quotient. There's also an EQ that I think people like you and Mike kind of embody, and Mike embodies it in a bit more aggressive, more articulate form than Opie does by a long shot.
Whoa. And I have
kudos.
you know what? I also pride myself on having a better looking face than
Opie's a handsome man.
Wow.
Good night, everybody.
Some people do think you're handsome.
Yeah.
He is. He's got he looks like the guy from Carnival, the preacher from Carnival a bit.
Okay. I'm going to assume that's a freak.
But anyway, I'm not.
Anyway, that's your bone
Thanks,
to pick
buddy.
with me, that I don't say that I'm smart. I mean, why would I want to do that?
Well, because you are. I mean, that's why most people tune into you. You have a philosophy,
It's not most
you a sponge, that most people agree with. There's a whole bunch of fucking 16, 17, and I won't even demean it that
Wow.
way. That was demeaning. I'm 34, and I listen to you, and I identify with a lot you say. There's a lot I disagree with, too.
You've been
But
16
there is
twice, and you aren't making any
undercurrent that
sense.
I go, fuck yeah, goddamn right. I'm glad I hear somebody say it.
I don't think I'm smart. I just think that I like to just really just think I like to take it to the most basic point. Like when somebody tells me something, I go, yeah, but that doesn't. You know what I mean? Like when Mitt Romney says, "I don't think abortion should," I don't go, well, what do other people think about that? Let me
You're trying
weigh
to
that in. I
cultivate a
go,
no bullshit fucking zone.
If you shoot from the hip and you use your gut reactions to things, and you are unapologetically always telling your truth, you're going to come across as knowledgeable, intelligent. You always believe in what
well,
you're
yeah,
saying.
I
don't
think that I
that's
just
true.
like to take the.
I don't think that's true. I think if you shoot from the hip and say what you think you're saying from your own, it's going to be alienating. And Mike's a perfect example of that. Mike often says what he honestly believes, and oftentimes he's paid negative consequences
Polarizing.
for doing so.
Yeah, because I don't have
He's
a
also
choice.
made a living
though.
out of doing so, but he's had a large portion of the.
That's the only thing I did was smart. I took the only thing that I could say that I did was smart, that I believe was a smart thing to do, is take what got me in trouble and turned that into something positive.
Yeah.
Which is the show. Like, I couldn't say these things anywhere else but here.
Yeah.
You know, maybe
I think that's what I take most. That's what I find most interesting.
And
about.
yeah, I think that's the only message that I really have to send is you could turn something good out of something bad. Like everything I've said on today's show, I would be in trouble for saying in school.
Yeah.
Okay. But those rules don't apply here, meaning rules don't really make any sense. Yeah. So when you look at it like that, you could go, well, when they say you could do whatever you want to do, maybe you can. It just depends on what venue you're.
When life gives you lemons, add equal parts lime and make Sprite.
Well, I think that leads me to complaint number 3.
Okay.
And that complaint is that will you acknowledge that some rules are decent?
Of course.
And are there because they should be.
Yeah, and I follow those.
Okay. It
Of
seems like
course.
sometimes you throw out some decent rules.
Yeah, but I also get very drunk on the show.
Mike
that's true.
is a classy anarchist, you know?
Yeah, well,
I
of
thought that
course
was
there are rules.
Allison Hates Liberties.
Yeah, that was a reference, buddy.
You know, and
Sorry,
yeah, I also say please and thank you to the Starbucks guy when I should
do,
just
and you
drink the
believe in
coffee,
social
half of
order
it, and
as far as
splash
you-
the rest in his face. You know, like I have, you know, people always say to me, they go, like, if I go out with somebody's parents or something, they go, I can't believe you acted like a normal person. I said, what did you think I would do? Put on headphones and turn the dinner table into a show? Hey, set up the webcam over there.
Wet willies for everybody.
Yeah. Lobster, more like pussy in your mom's ass. Like, yeah, I fucking understand how people are supposed to
You
act.
get social constructs.
Yeah.
Well, I got to admit, I'm afraid to meet you if you ever come to Columbus.
Well, you should be, because I'm going to do things that are unexplicable. What does
I
that
know,
mean?
and that's the chaos factor about you that I find disconcerting and interesting.
Chaos
Also,
factor.
Well, whatever. We're doing a show here. We're not doing a documentary on a normal man who mows his lawn. Okay?
Moses
yeah,
Malone.
that would be me.
I mow my lawn. I had a child because that was fun.
I have no kids. I don't.
Yeah. You know, I just have a lot of problems with things, and I'll probably die at like a really early age.
You know, if you have a kid, you can not mow your lawn because they'll eat the grass. A baby goat.
Wow. Yeah, maybe I should just have a goat. Yeah. I was thinking about my dogs. I go, as much as I love dogs, if they die, I'll get over it. You know, you don't see these parents getting over the death of a kid anytime soon. But they get over dogs. People
Aren't
move on.
goats just dogs that have longer white hair and eat your grass?
Sounds like a Mike bit.
I think dogs and kids are a false equivalence. I don't think they're comparable.
They're not. You're right.
No, goat kids. Kids. Baby goats.
Now, maybe goat kid.
I was telling my dog the other day, I go, I love you more than life. And then I go, no, I don't. Because you know what? Like, I wouldn't go out of my way to make your life better.
Yeah.
Why is that?
If you were dying and needed a new heart, and Chula's heart was compatible with your heart, would you let Chula be killed to save you?
Yeah.
Okay, so then you don't love it more than you love
No,
itself.
you don't. So that's a pure lie. But I believe that people who say that to their kids, they mean it. Like they would die before their kids. And I would, like, if somebody said, hey, it's you or the dog, I'd be like, yeah, I get a new dog tomorrow.
That's a way out. Have a sickly kid that you can save by killing yourself.
Yeah, I'm going to have 8 kids that have no training.
On what?
I don't either.
Podcasting?
They're just, I'm farming them.
You need a guy. Make a guy, Mike. Come on.
What do people? I watched this man the other day. He wanted to have 7 kids. What's the deal?
I think it's about putting your genes into the future and having a legacy so that when you die...
You never know which kid's going to be blacksmith.
I'd love to have a blacksmith
hit
kid.
gold there. Strike gold with that one. He can make me a new Dutch oven for my wife's. So when we fart in the bed.
Mike, do you like Ophi?
I like, sometimes I like him.
Let's not put him on the spot like that, okay?
There's a part you appreciate about him, though, right?
Hey, when Othi's acting like a fun guy to be around, he's great. But he gets weird. He acts like a invalid sometimes.
Well, you want Othi to be, like, unapologetically Othi to a certain degree, right?
I don't know. I don't know what I want.
I think we're peeling too many layers away for right now.
I think Othi would be great, but he follows...
About peeling away layers.
Othi works at Starbucks as a barista. He has no drive, no initiative.
Now, to my credit, I've stepped
That's
down
me too.
back a day at Starbucks, and I'm doing my show twice a week.
Where I just enter data all day and want to kill myself. I mean, that's how most people live, right?
We've gone way too long. We're going to take it on. What does Bill Maher call it when he's like, we're going to...
what's it called? What is that called?
Overdrive? No, what is he called?
Something like...
Yeah.
What is it?
God.
It's his barmy, whatever it is. But what's it called? It's something stupid.
What is he? Overtime.
Overtime.
Yeah, okay. We're
It's
going
not
to
a sports show.
We'll have more in overtime, okay?
I'm calling a cab.
Are you really right
Yeah.
now? Okay. Somebody says, off the phone, X 3000. Othi FM is only good with Lewis. Did that happen?
Yeah, Tuesday.
You're stealing my show.
Yeah.
Othi is the best co-host. Besides Lewis, these people are obviously girls or moronic. Overloading on the overdrive. Okay, thank you for your call, sir, and our best wishes towards your family, or whatever. Thank you for listening to our show today. Couple things. Please don't hang up yet. London, November 3rd. Be there or be, if you don't live in the UK. It's
Cheerio, Mike.
tough to be there. Brand new thing. Over 100 shows from the archives have been added to the Barmy this week.
Stunning.
And I really put Dan, David, and Cameron under the gun to make sure, because we have like 1,000 files that haven't been added to the Barmy, our bonus content section. And I said, just keep doing it until they're all up, because I want these people to have something to listen to. But this week alone, we've added over 100 shows from our archives that you can't access anywhere else. They've been added to the Barmy. What's the Barmy? It's our bonus content section / support system.
Yeah.
We don't run ads on the show. We have a two-point business model here. We have a store with merchandise, very cool stuff at redbarradio.net/store. And we have what's called the Barmy, our bonus content section. You pay 35 cents a day to be a member. redbarradio.net/Barmy. We've just added another 100 shows from our archives. You will not run out of stuff to listen to on there. There's so much stuff. Please join. 35 cents a day keeps this show going. You all bitch and complain when Romney wants to take PBS away.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you like more? Are you watching Sesame Street? Because there's some listeners here that aren't Barmy members that are mad at Romney for taking away PBS, and they don't even watch PBS.
Yeah.
So this is the kind of stuff that Romney wants to take away. Okay.
redbarradio.net/barmy. Be a sweet and sign up today.
Very good, Othie. We'll record that and use that for promos.
Okay.
Tons of new after shows on the Barmy as well. We had the Bane Hour, finally. You got to see the Bane Hour.
Yeah.
It's up, full video version on the Barmy, the Bane Hour. I can't tell you more than that.
How about some NAFTA shows? You can discuss trade policy.
Yep, those are on there too. Mike's Boarding School Story, available for digital download. It's an audiobook, 7 hours of one of the most important stories I've ever told in my life. Yeah. This is a story where if I have a girlfriend and they ask me about my past, I go, join the Barmy, download it. This is a very important story, and I took 7 hours out of my life to tell it. This would be a #1 bestseller if I had any credibility.
You can read it on your Kindle Paperwhite.
This is up. No, it's an audio.
Okay, you can listen to it probably too.
If you go to redbarradio.net/store and click on the downloads section, you'll find Mike's Boarding School Story. It's $5 for 7 hours of the most unbelievable story I've ever told. It's totally true. It's going to shock you. If you haven't heard this story as a listener, you don't know Red Bar.
Turn it into a graphic novel.
redbarradio.net/store. That's it today. We'll see you tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Friday? Oh, we missed so much stuff today. Are we going to do some overtime? You got to go. Why? It's earlier than usual.
Yeah.
When can you stick around till? Could we do some overtime?
Well, the cab takes so fucking long to get here.
I just want to start doing, okay, so we're going to call, instead of after show, we're calling it overtime. That's stolen from Bill Maher.
Okay.
Our fans are called What the Fuckers. Okay. What the Fuckies. We're just going to start stealing stuff. Why not? They all do it from me. Can you do some overtime?
Not really.
Okay. Well, then I'll do some overtime.
Yeah. Like you do, always.
Or maybe I should go to bed. I mean, it's 11:40.
Wake up early tomorrow and get your day started.
Can't. You know what's the problem with me? I can't. Even if I've been up since 6 in the morning, I'll be up till 4 again. I can't go to sleep. People go, Mike, take the melatonin. You know what melatonin does now? I burn through it. I'll take a melatonin. I'll stay up through the agony of trying to be tired, and then I'll have deep depression for a day.
I used to love doing that, taking like Tylenol PM and then fighting.
All right, we'll see you later.
Mike, you asshole!
Hold on. Oh, you want to do a plug? Yeah, that's fair. You could do a plug. Go on.
Hey, it's everybody. It's Othie. Please follow me on Twitter @Othie. And I know a lot of you guys are horror movie fans. I just did a show where I interviewed Tony Burgess, the screenwriter for Pontypool. So if you're into horror movies and movies, like a lot of you are, check out Othie.fm. Goodbye.
Thanks, Othie. You're a negative hit.
Back in 2003, before this podcasting thing, there was a Scott and my G, and he created this show. It's the Red Ball Radio Show.
We'll be right back with an after show. Don't touch that dial.